Hello, hello, hello. You are tuning into another episode of The Wunderkind Show. Today's second topic, I actually brought this up in the previous video. There was something I wanted to talk about regarding Lamar Jackson and the underlying hate that perpetuates the media regarding him. So there were many people when it came out that were happy for Lamar Jackson to finally get the contract that he's been working to achieve with the Ravens. And there was a lot of people that said, hey, great job, well-deserved, salute, earned every penny, deserves every penny. But as always, there is a wave of undercurrent that resides. And they were annoyed that he got the money. They were perturbed that he got the money. And they laughed at him getting the money. So, one main person that we all know is Mike Florio. And he is the owner of PFT Football Talk. Okay? It's syndicated on one of the major networks, but he's still the owner. That's an amazing deal that he signed. But every time when it came to Lamar Jackson's contract, he always made wisecracks, taking shots at Lamar Jackson's acumen, his business acumen, his intelligence, and how the Ravens we're going to play and toy with him because he does not have proper representation. Going so far even after it to say, and I'm going to quote everything that he says, so if he sees this, he can't say I'm lying or taking it out of context. But here it goes. It says, Lamar Jackson finally realized he wasn't going to get what he wanted. So he wisely, and he put that in parentheses, took what he could get. The contract numbers will prove it. So I'm guessing he's the owner of PFT, but his side hustle, you know, the way he makes extra money, it seems, is hating on the achievement of Lamar Jackson. He has been one of the biggest critics on everything, Lamar. Everything. And you could tell he wasn't happy. He said he could only take what he could get. There were already reports that came out there was multiple teams, 49ers being one of them, that was coming around Lamar. Everybody knew that the Ravens put out and said, look, unless it's a fully guaranteed contract, we're matching whatever you guys put out. Everybody knew that. Matter of fact, the same guy, Mike Florio, who was doing this, said and stated this on his own platform. But he glosses over that because he says no matter what, he needs a contract. He needs an agent. I want to say something. They said the numbers before, Lamar Jackson earned more guaranteed money on it, and he earned more money overall in it. And he's saying that that's a loss because he didn't get the fully guaranteed contract that he wanted. But Lamar already came out and dissuaded those rumors and stated himself, I never asked for a fully guaranteed contract. So this is very funny to me. This is what I've been preaching on this channel from its inception. Because he's gauged differently than his contemporaries. There is an undercurrent of the NFL and media that hates everything regarding this young man. Everything. They hate the way he walks. They hate the way he talks. They hate the way he dresses. They hate the way he plays. They hate the way he goes about his business. And now, you have them, even the ones that are successful in their own right, coming out to denigrate everything that he's achieved thus far. Oh, there was more he wrote. I can go back. He said, now more than ever, Lamar Jackson needs an agent. Mind you, I'm quoting everything. I'm reading this verbatim. So he says, it says, now more than ever, Lamar Jackson needs an agent. Of course, people posted it, kept posting it everywhere and saying, yeah, he got the most expensive contract in the league. Then he goes, go ahead and retweet this all day and all night while ignoring the date of it. March 8th, a week before free agency, and no one in position to help him line up other teams to try to sign him to an offer sheet. How many teams pursued him? Key factor for assessing the Lamar deal: signing bonus, full guarantee to signing, conversion of injury guarantees to full guarantees after 1, 2nd, 3rd year, 4th, cash flow for the first 3 years, which, tell you the truth, the signing bonus and the full guarantee at signing, whatever. He wanted a 5-year fully guaranteed contract. Listen, this is why people like this do not deserve the platform that they have. Because they're beyond biased. I think his brother or somebody he knows might be agent. He might have a family full of agents, and he's scared at the fact that somebody of Lamar's stature performed and got the deal himself without one. And I watched the Pat McAfee show, and they said that he saved roughly $7 to $10 million for not having thus agent. And the funny thing is, he can always say that his mom is his manager and pay her that percentage under it being a business, himself being the business, for extra tax write-offs. So, you know what I mean? I don't know how he does his business, but everybody knows in business, you shoot for the moon. Lamar Jackson, and listen, if he even would have said, I would say this, he would have been foolish not to look to try to get 230 guaranteed. Do you know why he would have been foolish? Because guess what? You always go to the highest, and then you can always work your way down. That's business 101. But this guy doesn't see it that way. He said regardless of what Lamar Jackson has earned, regardless of what Lamar Jackson achieved, regardless of what he has made his family for generations to come, he's in the wrong. And he's willing to bet everything that he has, even his credibility, into absolutely sullying every part of this deal. Now look, I get it. People have biases. It's just the way of human nature. Sometimes people don't like you just because of the way that you breathe. Oh, he breathes like that? Oh, hate you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But this is lying at this point. Because he's already been proven wrong. So now he's trying to say all this other foolishness to get people to get on board with his mindset. Sir, Mr. Florio, because you are older than me, so I will call you Mr. When I'm talking directly to somebody older than me, I'll always give him that respect. You and I both know you were wrong. You and I both know that you have had this agent thing going from the time he has entered the NFL, and you've taken pot shots at this young man for his MVP season all the way up. You are one of the biggest proponents that you didn't even believe he was a proper quarterback. So this is why it's funny to me. Because people like him did not believe this man could be a quarterback, right? Okay, whatever. He goes in there. He represents himself. Look at that guy. He shouldn't even be a quarterback, and he doesn't have representation. Oh, he must be stupid. That was the box that they placed Lamar Jackson in, because they only viewed him as something of a gadget player, a draft day story that will eventually be out of the league in 3 to 4 years. But do you know what happened? Lamar Jackson got opportunity in the form of an injury from Joe Flacco. And from that time, he's never relinquished the QB1 role in Baltimore. And even after his first year, where the Ravens didn't even look like they knew how to use him. They're like, man, okay, he can throw, okay. All right, we'll run him here. Oh, okay, he might be able to bring us back, okay. Well, the second year, they said, you know what? Let's try building an offense around his legs. And let's see where it takes us. Let's see where this mountaintop, let's see where the ceiling is for this guy. They never thought. No one thought. Because every single one of those analysts thought in their minds that after the first year, he might get 2-3 more years, gadget player, he'll have to switch off into another position, and they would say, we were right! And Lamar Jackson said, I'm Mr. Lamar Demetrius Jackson, a.k.a. Heisman winner, a.k.a. youngest Heisman winner. And you know what he did? He went out there and won the NFL MVP. That's what he did. He went out there and won the MVP. And remember that year. I like everyone to think back to that year. Because a lot of people had Russell Wilson. Oh, Russell Wilson. Oh, Lamar just having a little hot streak right now. He'll come back down to earth eventually. And when they realized he wouldn't, and they realized the wave of people coming down, they tried to switch, pivot. Oh, well, we always knew that he had such an amazing ceiling and he was so dynamic as a player. Same people like Mike Florio. He was the same person that was almost elated when Lamar Jackson's injury happened. I mean, with that play style, what did you expect? Now the man worked out an amazing deal for himself that he's proud of. And he's taking even more shots. I want y'all to understand this. Even though Lamar got his money, even though the Ravens finally invested into him, the job is not done. I'm telling y'all this right now. Lamar Jackson is gauged differently than every other QB. So until he wins not one, but 2 or more championships, this won't stop. Because he represents, in their minds, anarchy. Lamar Jackson represents an anarchist in their minds, in their eyes, in their vision, through their perception. They view him as a rule breaker, a line destroyer, and they don't like people that don't fall in line or in hop step with the perception in which they perceive things. I'm going to say this and I'm going to end on this. A lot of you are very lucky that Lamar Jackson is such a nice young man. The reason why I say it like this is because even after everything's been said, all the hate, he went to work with a smile. After you guys would talk bad about him, he would address you with a smile. Address you as Mr. and Mrs. with high levels of respect. Give you time to set up your questions. But y'all don't seem to understand that eventually, the darkness that you're hoping he falls into, a lot of times doesn't end a player. It changes them. And what I mean by changes them is sometimes the darkness that you guys wish on a player changes their perspective on how they deal with the people around them. You understand? He represents everything that they're scared of. And he's doing it at a high level, on full display for the NFL world to see. So just be thankful that he's not the monster that you make him out to be. Because if he ever fell in that darkness, he would come out of it. But he wouldn't come out of it as Lamar Demetrius Jackson. No. He wouldn't come out of it as the happy-go-lucky Baltimore QB1 that you've become so accustomed to dealing with. No. He'd come out as a changed man. Indifferent. Angry. He would personify the very darkness that you guys threw him in. And no longer would his name be named Lamar Jackson. No. He'd be your worst nightmare. He would be named Baba Yaga, the boogeyman. So be thankful that you don't have to deal with that guy. Because let me let you all understand something right now. What Lamar Jackson has done is encapsulated the imagination of the NFL public, from old to young. And as long as he continues to do such, he will be able to sway people into how he thinks and believes. The difference is he's not using that power yet. Pray to God. Pray to whatever deity you do that he doesn't start soon. And that's another episode of The Wunderkind Show! Thank you all for watching. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you hear me, you know I appreciate that. Please do remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. You know I read you guys' comments. Just be respectful to other people, and we have no problems. If you have a problem with me, direct it at me. Just respectful, and there's no problems. Okay, and if you would like to donate to this channel also, I also want to say before we go any further, because I always want to make sure to say thank you, always. Where's it at? Fran Cote. Shout outs for the $5 super thanks from YouTube. Thank you for the donation. I know it's coming from your hard-earned money. I respect it, and I'll make sure that I put it into making that this platform gets better. Always achieving to go further. Promise. So thank you for the donation. And if you'd like to donate, also at the bottom of the screen is a QR code for the Cash App. You can find the Cash App in every description of every video that we do, right? Or on the channel itself. And it goes by the name The Wunderkind Show. Also available now is the Patreon. And the Patreon gives you access to the Discord, gives you access to questions from subscribers, where there were no questions this week, which is crazy. And also, it will give you access for the ability to win free merchandise. And the merchandise that is upcoming is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I think you guys are going to love the Wunderkind merchandise. I really do believe you guys are going to like it. So that's up and coming also. So, yes. So, go out there, get the Patreon. Oh, and it'll also be available coming soon to it is a fantasy football league for next year. Yes, there will be a fantasy football league, Team Wunderkind style, and it's going to be fun. So go out there and get that. So once again, this is The Wunderkind Show. This is your host, Nitro, signing off. And as always, you guys know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Yeah.